So if you want to go off and start by telling me your name, your position, and how long you've been in Senate.
Okay. My name is Madeline Baker. I am currently an at-large senator on the University Life Commission, and I'm also the director of internship, and I've been in Senate since first semester of my junior year.
Very cool. So how did you first get involved in Senate? Why? Like, what got you into the organization?
Yeah, so I have been involved in other orgs on campus, and my freshman year I think I was a little intimidated by the thought of Senate, but then it came around junior year after having friends involved and seeing all the awesome things that they had been doing. And I love my other orgs I was involved in, I'm still involved in, but I really saw a way to grow in Senate and a way to do some awesome work within everyone else that I saw like a lot of potential in and good friends that wanted to get stuff done. So that led me to Senate, and to then I started on the off-campus Life Commission as a senator.
So what kind of projects were you specifically involved in?
Yeah, in that commission, I was specifically involved in the transportation services and working with them to get a late night loop and extend the hours for also then culinary workers being able to get in early in the mornings, and then late at night in a safety aspect for students. Last year that we worked on a lot, and we had about monthly meetings with transportation services, and that was in conjunction with the University Life Commission. So we were the two commissions working on it together, and ended up us getting a late night loop. So
very exciting.
Nice fun.
Going on to our next question, what would you say were major accomplishments from Senate last year?
I would say major accomplishments was getting in the eyes of students more. I think I then would hear my friends or other people who I knew who didn't really know Senate as much, but they definitely saw us more of a presence on campus. And I think that was a huge success of just being able to be more approachable and open to other orgs and students. And then also the efforts done by Maddie and Hannah on Take a Tampon, Leave a Tampon, the to-go boxes, and working on environmental things that the Environmental Commission worked on. A lot of things like that too, of successes that came out, and I think those are probably the biggest ones and the ones that are having a really good impact on the years to come in students' lives.
So you, I know, were involved with Bridge. How did you get involved with that? Did anyone reach out to you, or was it through like the grapevine? Like, tell me a little about that experience.
Yeah, so I was reached out to by Hannah, and interested in, I think just because I'm also involved in other orgs, there's a broad reach there, and University Life kind of worked well with that, of working with other students in a variety of majors and organizations, so that kind of fit well, and working on that campaign was really fun. It was interesting being on that because I had seen how other campaigns had gone in the past, but this one was interesting because it was just us running, but we really wanted to still put forth an effort, and we still, I would say, tried almost the same effort that went into us reaching students and getting them to vote and see that the student government is here for them. So that was nice to see that we still all had such a passion for it, even though it ended up only being one ticket. That was great to see that we still wanted to reach students, still went to student orgs, still did town hall, or still did the debates and things like that, even though we were debating against each other. It was just a lot of passion there, I think, too, and continuing with that was good to see.
Do you foresee more tickets coming up in future elections?
I would hope so. With issues that have come up this year on campus, a lot of the focus obviously has been on safety on campus, and then I think food insecurity, and students are kind of realizing that there is a lot student orgs can do and individuals can do, but Student Senate does have a voice on that. So I think these topics that became really big and issues that became really big on campus, other students are going to want to get involved with those and then be able to work on those and continue that. It's nice to see just when one issue can really affect someone and want to make a difference on that. And if you get students on one issue, it'll hopefully spiral into them realizing, okay, I'm a student, I have a voice on campus, and I can get the word out by being involved in this organization. And hopefully that lack of apathy is not there this year, and more students realize that Student Senate's here for them. So
awesome. And then my final question about the election, specifically for this current year, how do you interpret the election of the first 3 like women executives? Like, how does that affect you, people you may know? Like, has it had any positive impact or negative impact? Like, I just want to hear your thoughts on, you know, the leadership.
yeah, I love it. I think Jenny said it best Dr. Hall Jones said it best one time at a general body meeting for Senate. We were talking about the Elect Her initiative, and she mentioned that it was originally started to get more females and women up in Student Senate and talking in Student Senate, and then looking at it now of 3 women holding the positions is great to see, and hopefully building off of that. I think that was just a stride overall for the university. I think that sent a message to other students on campus, that sent a message to the president, sent a message to the board of trustees and things like that, of just a huge impact that everyone can have.
Talking about the elections is all good. I would love to hear about projects that you've been a part of this semester, specifically like things within your commission or things you've collaborated on, events, planning, stuff like that. Just tell me what you want to talk about.
Yeah, so university life has been pretty broad this semester. We've worked on things from working with CPS to the MEA conversations, medical emergency assistance, and working with like safety on campus and a sexual assault initiative, poster initiative to get banners on College Green, working with the president's office from there. That's been an initiative by Caitlin in our commission, which is a really awesome idea. And we've been working through the details of that. The CPS conversations have been really beneficial, of working to change some of their accessibility to students, getting the word out there. A lot of communication issues that happen, changing some wording in their handbooks just so that it's more up to date and user friendly with students, and making sure that they know all of these resources that are there for them. That's kind of been our main focus. That was a large topic at the start of the semester. And then a lot of my work has also been spent on the Intern program. This semester I've been working on that. We have 10 interns. That's what we started with. One of them just became a part of the judicial panel, which is awesome already to see some of them moving on to really awesome things and getting comfortable in Senate. And then all of the other ones are placing their commissions now. So it's great to just kind of start off with a new class of Senate and help them to understand Senate as a whole, which when I came in as a junior I didn't know too much, and I was able to get help from friends and work it out that way. But as a freshman coming in, you're getting used to the university itself and being away from home, but then you also kind of have like a little group of all of us that is really fun to work with. And I'm excited to see where they go in their commissions that they're a part of and what Senate ends up being to them. So,
can you tell me a little bit more of the internship program? Like
yeah.
How you got involved, like the responsibilities of it, and how you aim to help it evolve?
Yeah, so they, at the end of last semester, we were figuring out the whole staffing situation and staffing positions, and I was just asked by Hannah if I'd be interested in it. I love working with other students. I have experience of just being like a camp counselor and working with younger children, but I also just love working with people in general, and I think, and I'm organized, and I loved combining those two of being able to interview the students and find what they really want to do. I love connecting them with kind of their passions of what work they can contribute to Senate and where they will best succeed. So I think that fit really well. It just kind of ended up working together.
Is there anything in terms of challenges that you've had to face that you've overcome? Like any type of issues that you've had over the time in Senate?
I think one of the issues I think a lot of us continue to face is sometimes getting those connections and relationships with administrators and faculty. I think that's definitely shifted for me a lot this year, but kind of seeing a transition of last year sometimes having meetings with faculty and just making sure like we are presenting ourselves in the best way, and that I think sometimes just faculty administrators knowing that we are still passionate about this and like we're students, and I know they do respect us, but I think that's always something kind of we face of wanting their respect and wanting our voices to be heard sometimes by them. Sometimes things do get like swept under and stuff like that, but I think this year it's a whole shift of they're great to work with and everything like that. So I think sometimes of just making sure we are going in with a clear mind and that we're really easy to work with for administrators and faculty.
Yeah, awesome. So then my closing statement is kind of a way to kind of create like a positive end to this interview, just to like leave it for whoever either takes their position, whoever's interested in listening to this. What are you most excited for next semester? Like what projects do you still want to do? What kind of things you want to accomplish? Like what do you want to do next semester?
I think for the University Life Commission, I would really like for us to be a resource for students during fest season and campus safety, as I know we're working in the process of developing the safety app, and I really would like us to have forums on it and be able to sit down and work with students through it and things like that. This will be a work in the process, but I think of just being more of a presence on campus with Student Senate and a voice in this process. And then also for the interns, I'm excited to see them begin to work later on in the semester, but on elections and seeing where they go. I think we've set them up just with the little discussions we've had about it, but set them up to be amazing student leaders within Senate and the university itself. So I'm excited to see where this program takes them.